Hey guys, welcome back to the Casey Show. It is me, Casey, and today it's episode 7, and it is October 28th, 2021. So today's episode, I am going to talk about breakups and how to move on, basically. So everyone has their breakup story, and some of them can be really painful. Some of them are really painful to even listen to. So I'm just going to tell you my first one. So everyone's had their first relationship. Now, you think the relationship's going good, and then at the end of the day, you get a phone call or you get a text message saying, I can't do this anymore. I'm over you. So, I'm going to tell you about my first breakup. So, it was last year, and it was tomorrow that, or I think it was on Halloween Eve, but my first relationship, I thought it was going good. And then something happened. I got a message from him saying, I asked him, do you still love me? He's like, no, and this is going to be a hard conversation to talk about. So I'm literally at Walmart, and I'm with my grandmas, and I go to where all the crayons and markers are at. And he says, do you work? And I call him up and I say, what's going on? He's like, I don't see a future with you. And you're just Casey. Now, how I reacted is not how anybody would react. I said, Billy, please don't do this. That was his name. That was my first ex-boyfriend's name. His name was Billy. I thought that we had something special, because I thought we had, in my head, like, as I'm thinking of myself, I was crying. I was the fool. And I fell madly in love with him. And it was painful, because I was called just Casey. When you're called just that person, you should say, what's up with that? But I didn't. I was heartbroken. How did I move on? It took me a while to move on. I was heartbroken. I thought that this was the guy I was going to spend the rest of my life with, marry, have kids, but it didn't work out. And it was only a month that we've been together. Now, the signs. There's always signs that the relationship might not work out. So, there were signs. Like, I compulsively texted him, compulsively called him. And I remember one time he says, I'll call you tomorrow, or I'll message you tomorrow. Guess what happened? He never once called me back or texted me back. I should have saw that as a sign. But the problem with me is, if I don't hear from somebody, I compulsively text or call, which I do now, and I have to work on doing that. But relationships can be complicated. They can be toxic. They can be it can be either way, but like, moving on is the hardest, because I fell really hard for him. I did. We discussed, like, before any of this happened, we discussed what we wanted our future to look like. Everything was going great, and then he broke up with me, and it made me feel very sad inside. I cried every day. My second relationship also hurt me. Third relationship, it really wasn't a relationship, but now moving on is the hardest. Oh, trust me, it is. Oh, it's hard to move on, because as of right now, I am seeing somebody, and we're working on a relationship, and it's going good. So now I'm going to give you guys my advice, my tools that I did to move on. After Billy, it was tough. So I decided, I think it was somewhere in November. Yeah, that's where I met the one that I'm just trying to get back together with. We're both trying to get back together with, Glenn. So breakups are just a pain. It's not fun. It is really hard to move on. Now, starting fresh with somebody new can be nerve-wracking. Trust me, it is. You're afraid that you might get heartbroken again. That's normal. That's completely normal. So these are the steps on how to move on. So what I did is I got myself a coloring book and I got myself gel pens and I started to draw. And drawing actually keeps the mind at ease. It actually is a nice therapeutic thing to do. What else did I do? I would play games. I would talk to my friends and family. And yeah, I mean, it's hard, but but there are signs that the relationship might not work, like the not communicating with each other. That's one of them. Them promising you things and they don't actually resolve. It's stuff like that you want to make sure that this is the right person you want to be with. All right, so I told you about the breakup story. I told you about the moving on. But I mean, breakups are hard. They're just really hard. They're the hardest. And it's hard to go through it because you think this person's going to be with you for the rest of their life, and then they turn out to be the person that ends up breaking your heart. Yeah, so breakups are just a pain. They are. You have to just move on. You have to be the bigger person and just move on. Find somebody new. And finding somebody new is hard, but you got to move on. It's what's best for you, you know? Anyways, that is my story of the breakup. I have other breakups, but I'm not going to tell you the story. But yeah, the hardest thing is when you remember their birthday, remember the anniversary. But then Billy actually contacted me later this year and it didn't go well. So breakups are tough. They're the toughest, let me tell you. When you think that the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with doesn't feel the same, that's the part that hurts your heart the most. So, there's that. Moving on is hard. I think what you should do is you know what I did? I did retail therapy. Retail therapy actually did good. Really good. I love retail therapy. It's actually a fun thing to do. Or just go out with your friends and just do something fun. Just think about anything else but the breakup. And when you see other couples, you're like, oh, I wish that was me. But then one day it hits you that you'll be with somebody that loves you for you. I already have that. And yes, I've had people not agree with my relationship, but it doesn't matter how they care. So there's that. But breakups, let me tell you guys, is hard. But you have to go through it. And when it hits you, it will hit you. I'm going to say that breakups, it takes weeks to get over the person. I don't know how long it took me to get over him, but yeah, I mean, it's hard. I'm telling you guys, breakups are hard. But if you like, in my honest opinion, he could have told me this, like how he felt, but he wasn't really good at telling me how he felt. But there's that. And the dating sites that I went on, I met him on Facebook dating, and then I met my other two on Badoo, and then but right now, as of right now, I used to talk to Billy, but he's still heartbroken because I moved on, and I don't know. I mean, if he really wanted, okay, this is the thing, that if they really wanted to be with you, then they would have fought for you. Like the relationship that I'm with Glenn. He's fine to be with me, despite everything that we've been through. So, my status is I'm taken. We're working on it. We're a work in progress. So just let's see what other stories there are. Now meeting somebody new for the first time can also be scary because you're like nervous, like, is this person gonna hurt me again? So that's my breakup story for you guys today. I don't know what else to talk about, like about breakups, but it is hard to watch romantic movies. It was hard for me. It was really hard. It was also hard to listen to some of the music he liked. I should have saw that the relationship wasn't going to last, but I was blindsided. People can also be blindsided by love, and it's not a good feeling. So, but yeah. I don't know, this is already episode 7. Episode 7. Yeah, so I think it was in 2 days. He broke up with me in 2 days. And his favorite holiday is Halloween. Yeah, he broke up with me around Halloween. And guess what I saw? He had a new picture of, so basically I was just, because he didn't go to work yet. And then once I saw a new profile picture of him, I'm like, he broke up with me before he went back to work. That's great. I mean, I knew everything about him. He knew everything about me. And yet he broke my heart. You'll never forget your first heartbreak. It'll be in your mind. You'll remember, I was heartbroken. Everyone's like, you'll get through this, and yet I did go through it. Now, I don't want that to ever happen to me again. I mean, I cried. I cried for days, weeks, I think, about Billy, but then I met Glenn. Then I met Chris. And now I'm back with Glenn. And Glenn's another story. Maybe I'll tell you guys another time, but I think that's on episode 5. But breakups are hard. You're going to get through it. You have to have a support system. So don't do what I did. Don't be the girlfriend that compulsively texts them, compulsively calls them so many times. Don't do that. In order for a relationship to work, you have to have better communication, better honesty, better everything. Honesty is the best policy. I hear that a lot, but anyways, why did I want to talk about the breakups? Because in 2 days, that's when I got my heart broken for the first time. I got my heart broken for the first time. And did I think it was going to last? Yeah. Do I regret meeting him? That's another hard question to answer. I think, yeah, because I should have saw myself with Glenn, who I'm madly in love with. We both are. But when somebody who you're madly in love with, then he breaks up with you, and then he comes back to you, that's a good second chance. Second chances are the best. So if you just got your heart broken up, don't worry. You're gonna cry. I mean, I hate to say it, but you're going to cry for days. And you're gonna feel like, this is my fault. I should have known. It's not your fault. It's whoever broke up with you, it's fault. You are beautiful just the way you are. And there's nothing wrong with you. The one that is the fault is the person that broke up with you. I couldn't watch any of the Venom because that was the movie we saw. And I still remember our breakup. I remember the good moments I had with him. They were good. It's just, if he wanted to be with me, then he wouldn't have broken up with me. We would have been together for a year. So, there's that. Anyways. Halloween is in, I think it's the 31st. Yeah, it's on Sunday. So Halloween is literally in 3 days. So And I hope everyone has a safe Halloween weekend. And yeah, and my cousin wanted me and him to be a devil and an angel, and I was an angel despite the breakup. So, ladies or guys, know that breakups are tough, but you know what helps? Oh my god, my foot's asleep. What helps is moving on and just knowing that someone else is out there. You just can't give up on love. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching episode. Sorry, I have to check. Thank you for watching episode 7. This video is called Breakups and Moving On. Thank you guys so much and have a great Halloween weekend. And please stay safe and please, for the love of God, wear a mask because people are getting more and more sick. So let this be a lesson to anybody who's been through a breakup. You're not alone. All right, thank you guys. Have a great Halloween weekend. All right. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget below to write nice comments and what you would like me to talk about. All right, guys, have a good Halloween weekend. Bye.